with Radebes. Again, welcome to a new, is that a new
Episode?
episode?
No, yeah.
Yeah, a new episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fourth
Welcome
one?
to, no, third.
Is it third one?
Yeah,
Oh,
third
yes, that one
episode.
was part two.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Yes.
We appreciate you. We love you. And we're so excited to have you with us today for a very special. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of specials, but yeah, today's one of those special, uh,
Specials.
yeah, specials. Episode. We are going to talk about intimacy and connection in marriage,
Yeah, but
right?
we didn't introduce ourselves. I am Meisie Radebe.
I think it was by now. Okay, do
But
you?
for the new people.
Okay, for the
Yes,
new
for the
people,
new people, they don't
we
know
are the
us.
Radebes.
Yes.
I'm TJ
Yeah,
Radebe.
yeah. And welcome to With the Radebes show.
No, episode.
Yeah. Episode.
Channel.
Channel.
Yeah.
Whatever you call it.
I don't like the word show.
Okay. It
Yeah,
changes all the time. Whatever
it's
you
vague.
prefer.
It's vague.
Yeah, so
The
but
show.
anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Welcome.
welcome guys, welcome. So today, like I said, we're going to talk about
Intimacy.
intimacy and connection in marriage. And this is such an important topic for couples who are married and those who are about to get married.
Yeah.
So and I've realized we were at uh, a marriage
Marriage
clinic,
clinic. Saturday event.
this past Saturday, and there's a lot of things that we have learned, and they highlighted a lot about intimacy. And a lot of times when we think about intimacy, like we always thinking physical. When we're thinking about intimacy,
We usually think
yeah,
about
we usually think about like physical, but we
sex.
don't
Yeah.
really think about the emotional,
Part of it.
yeah, the intellectual part of it, the spiritual part of
Part of
it.
it.
So today we just really wanna, dive into those aspect, of intimacy and connection.
Yeah, absolutely. Intimacy and connection are the glue that hold a relationship together. And we want to share some practical tips with you to help you strengthen your bond.
Yeah. So, okay, what is our understanding of intimacy? When we say intimacy, what is it?
Yeah, what does it mean?
Yeah. And this past Sunday, I was picking up. I was preaching on knowing and understanding. A lot of times we know, but do we understand? And I did this intentionally with us understanding intimacy, not knowing what intimacy is, but understanding intimacy. So because when we know, knowing is awareness,
Yeah.
right? And understanding is
It's taking a step further.
yes, but you are applying, what you are aware of in your life.
Right.
Because a lot of couples, they know, but how often do we, apply? How often, do we put in application what we have learned
Into
or
what-
what we
yeah.
what we are aware of? So when we say understanding intimacy, it's more than just physical closeness, like I said. Intimacy encompasses, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual,
Like you said
yeah,
before.
connection as well. So, emotional intimacy, it involves being open, it involves being honest with your partner, sharing your faith and your hopes,
Sharing your fears and hopes.
yes,
yeah.
and also your
And dreams,
dreams,
yeah.
as well. And one of the things that we talked about at the marriage clinic, that how often do we share our goals? Do we
With one
even
another,
know,
yeah.
our personal goals? Do we even know our fears? Does my wife know my fears? Do I know her fears?
Yeah.
Because when we do not know those aspirations, when we do not know,
Aspects.
the,
Yeah.
those aspects of our lives, we can miss the closeness, we can miss the intimacy that we can have emotionally.
And another thing,
Yeah.
we can take different. You'll take different directions. You won't be walking together. You won't be in step with one another. You will be taking another direction, and I'll be taking another direction. So there will be a diversion, if I can say that. So intellectual intimacy, actually, it means engaging in deep conversations, and that's where you're gonna find out where your partner is. Like where my spouse is, and where he will know where I am, and sharing interest and stimulating each other's minds that way. And we can, with that, we can correct one another as well. Like in a sense of, maybe he sees something that I don't see in myself. Yeah, I don't know how to put it. I'm thinking of an example, but I don't know how to explain it. But you can avoid so many things that can derail you as a couple. Yeah.
So three things that we want to talk about regarding that is emotional intimacy, it's spiritual intimacy, and also intellectual, intimacy.
Yeah.
And we're so good. I think my wife and I, we're so good at spiritual, intimacy, where we show our faith and values and support each other, each other's personal
Pray
growth,
for one another.
and pray for one another,
Pray together.
pray together. Yeah. And when it comes to maybe spiritual,
Intimacy.
no, I mean,
Intellectual.
intimacy. We used to fight a lot on that, because sometimes when I would explain something, my wife would feel like I think that I'm better,
Or
than her.
Yeah, or I sometimes, like, our perspectives differ and the way we see things, because most of the time I would take maybe an offense or not receive what you're saying, because I feel like it's coming across as if you are like, I don't know anything. Sometimes maybe you would say, yeah, I don't know, but
I hear you.
make me feel like I'm clueless. But that was back then, when there was misunderstandings. But now, when you get to a point where you understand one another, those things fall away, because we talk now, we share our thoughts and our feelings, and we get to know each other better, and how you understand me and how I understand you. So
And with intellectual intimacy, another thing on that is showing interest, or sharing interests,
okay, yeah,
on things, because like
things.
my wife then would say, like, I think recently she said, I can sit and watch what you love, soccer,
What you enjoy,
what you
basketball.
enjoy, basketball and stuff.
Watch the whole show.
Yeah, but you wouldn't,
Sit
and watch
something that I like.
Yeah, so something that interests her.
Yes.
And at times it's very challenging to find those common interests. And I think at times we need to be, intentional.
Yeah.
In sharing certain interests, and I believe it starts with conversations.
Yeah.
There's things that both her and I can love doing, like we used to like go to shows and like Hillsong shows,
Events.
and events, and it's things that we both like,
Enjoy.
both enjoy, and
then we can talk about it later.
Yes,
and
and there's certain things that she enjoys that I don't enjoy, and vice versa.
But there's one thing we also do good. We are good at, like, books. We love to read.
Oh yes,
We
yes,
love to read. We
yes.
are big avid readers, and we love that. We share that a lot. And the books that my husband has collected, so many books, and I love those books. Sometimes I would, pick one of the books and just enjoy it and have a good time. And one of my books as well.
Yeah.
He will, and we discuss. We sometimes have discussions about those books.
Yeah.
So
And maybe to jump to like spiritual intimacy, Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 12, it reads as follows. It says that though one may be overpowered, uh, two can defend themselves. A cord of three strands is not quickly, broken.
Yeah.
So it's key that as as a couple that that we strengthen our bond or intimacy in terms of spiritual things, so that whenever we come across something, whenever we come across challenges, we are able to fight together, in prayer.
Yeah.
Intellectually we are able to reason,
Yeah.
together. So it's very key as couples that we aware and inclined, to that.
And that is such a powerful verse. It also reminds us that when we build our marriage on a foundation of faith and connection, it becomes much stronger, because we have that basis, we have that foundation,
Yeah.
and we know that with God, there's nothing that cannot be fixed.
True.
There's nothing that is broken that cannot be fixed, or that you can mend, or through His help, and through going to the Word and just praying together, encouraging one another. So we always have to stand stand with the Word of God and prayer.
Yeah, and maybe like the second thing we can talk about is challenges, and maybe we'll talk about solutions in put solutions in that, on the challenges of maintaining intimacy.
Yeah, because it can be challenging.
Yeah, it's challenging because of busy schedules,
Life's demands.
and kids. You see now, like we try to have a good time. My wife and I here talking to you guys, and here's a guy here,
a little guy,
and
decided to.
Yeah, and one common challenge again is lack of time.
True.
And we need to be intentional, with creating time, for each other.
Yes.
And again, one of the things that we emphasized at that marriage clinic, it's being intentional.
Yeah.
You need to be intentional with your marriage.
Yeah, schedule regular dates, or even small daily check-ins can make a big difference.
Yeah.
Life has been made easy, I think, for couples now with technology. We have cell phones. Just check up on your person. Just check up. How are they doing? How's your day going? It's about making each other a priority and making each other feel and know that I am wanted. I matter. And I am cared for. I am loved. Someone thinks about me.
Yeah.
And that makes a big difference.
Yeah, and if then what my wife said now, if my wife is not expressing what she just expressed now, then you need to know that I need to know that there's a gap that I have
You
left,
need to feel.
or
Yeah.
there's a gap that I need to fill.
Yeah.
Like the regular check-ins that she was talking about, scheduling, date nights. And date nights doesn't always have to be going out, because people, when they think date night, they think going out, but date
Fancy.
night can also mean using the resources that you have in
at
the
your
households.
disposal.
Yes,
Yeah, you don't have to splurge,
and
all the time
yes, I know,
if you can't.
I know of a couple that every Friday they go out for ice cream.
You can go for a movie
Just
or
ice
ice
cream.
cream.
And
Yeah.
it's special for them. So that's that. So
Sorry
yeah.
to interrupt. I think even just um, you don't even have to spend anything. You just go out to connect, just to find a spot wherever to just look into each other's eyes and talk to one another
Yeah.
and connect and reconnect and just catch up on your love. You don't have to spend anything. You can go anywhere and just get a glass of water. They won't tell you to leave or force you to
Yeah.
spend.
So our point is be intentional. Be intentional.
Do something.
Yeah, make each other a priority. Make
Yeah.
each other a priority. And another challenge is communication breakdown. So when we don't communicate effectively, and I think it's one of the things we talked about on our first episode.
First ones. Yeah.
And we made a live video as well on it. On effective communication.
Yeah.
How effective are we in communicating with one another?
Yeah.
And
when
because when we don't do that, when we don't do that, there will always be like misunderstandings, that
And,
also can
and resentment.
yeah, that can
One another.
yeah, and that can delay intimacy, whether emotional, whether spiritual, whether intellectual, those things can affect that. And I love what Tony Gaggins said. Gaskin said. He said that communication to a relationship is like oxygen, to life. Without it, it dies.
True.
Without it, it dies.
Yeah,
So we need that constant, communication with
One
each other.
another. Yeah. And to overcome this, we need to practice active listening. Like we spoke about it as well in the effective communication. Active listening is very important. So really hear what your partner is saying without interrupting or planning your responses while they're speaking.
Yeah.
So just really listen.
Like I always say, that do not, listen with an intent, to reply, but listen with an intent to understand.
Yeah, because when you listen with an intent to reply, you are not present. You are not there. It simply means that when you listen actively, you are present. You are present in that conversation. You are present in that moment. Because listening with an intent to reply, it's the same as just someone talking to you or my husband talking to me and I'm busy clicking away at my phone and not paying attention to him.
I do that.
It's disrespectful.
Now, like I need to.
Yeah.
But I don't do it intentionally. Like now, like I'm realizing, because even yesterday, like, because most of us work with people at church. It's on the phone, and sometimes like we are not present. But yeah, I think it's something.
And I felt that.
When she's saying this, like it's something that I know that I need to change. Because even last night when I went to sleep, I'm like, you know what, I need to start communicating. I need to stop communicating on the phone at a certain time.
When my wife is looking for my attention, because but moving right along.
Yeah. So let us not forget to express appreciation as well. How appreciative are we with or how appreciative are you with your partner? Are you, like small gestures of gratitude can go a long way, in keeping the connection, strong. What is it that you are grateful for with your partner? What am I grateful when I look at my wife each and every day? What am I grateful for? And those are the things that you need to communicate with your partner as often as you can. Those small gestures. Like I'm really thankful for holding the family together. for the mother that you are, for
it really makes a difference.
the wife, that you are, for the encourager that you are. Because at times we're so quick at
We're quick to criticize.
yeah, we're so quick
and
to
to
criticize,
blame.
and blame,
Yeah.
and not
And
creating,
forget to be thankful.
yeah,
You
not
create an atmosphere.
yes, of appreciation.
Yeah.
First Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 11, it says that, therefore encourage one another and build each other up. Encourage one another and build each other up. How are we encouraging one another in marriage? Are you encouraging your partner? Are you building each other up? Intellectually,
Yeah.
spiritually, emotionally.
And not only when the person is discouraged,
Yeah.
or looking like they're feeling like that, they're feeling down.
Yes.
But
yes.
to always try to always encourage one another, because we need that, I think, daily.
Yeah.